What is up, everyone? I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I've been playing some Generation 9 Natdex monotype recently, and it kind of got me thinking about the old days when I used to play monotypes back as far as Generation 5 and 6, and I kind of dug up some of my old Generation 7 monotype teams, which would have been, I suppose, the first time I would consider myself good at monotypes, and I wanted to see how they'd fare in today's meta and how power crept monotype has been. So monotype is slightly different to what you'd expect in traditional 1v1 or singles Pokemon. And that is because in traditional singles Pokemon, you often hear like, oh, this generation's UU represents last generation's OU. It's not necessarily the same in monotype. You'd see the same kind of core teams in monotype teams because I suppose a less selection of Pokemon to choose from, and the core Pokemon that are good in certain types will probably be good for many, many generations. However, I decided to dig out these old teams and try them in today's meta just to see how power crept the meta actually has become. And these aren't just ordinary teams, these are all teams that I hit top 500 with, often hit top 100, so they were considered pretty good back in Generation 7. Looking at them now, there's some choices that I don't know if I'd make today as a player, but they were still very fun to play back in the day and did pretty well. So just looking at Flying, for example, that's water. Looking at Flying, for example, there's just no heavy-duty boots because it didn't exist back in Generation 7, which is a crazy huge nerf looking back at it now for Bug and Flying. It's going to be pretty tough to play these in today's meta. You have Lead Aerodactyl, that was a big thing a few generations ago, like Taunt Lead Aerodactyl with Stealth Rocks, Pursuit and Stone Edge. Celesteela more or less holds up, as well as Charizard. Thundurus is interesting. No heavy duty boots is probably the biggest thing here. Like, I definitely wouldn't use Fly EMZ, Tornadus, and I probably have a Corviknight or something on the team here to round it out, maybe more over Aerodactyl. Poison. I can't click today for some reason. Water more or less, I think, holds up, except I would not use Sharpedo in today's meta. Even back then, I probably should have used something like Choice Band Bruxish over Sharpedo, but I kind of valued the momentum drivenness of Speed Boost, which is pretty good. But you want your Mega Slot on Swampert because this is a hyper offensive rain team. You have your Choice Specs Kingdra. I think Swampert and Kingdra definitely hold up in today's meta. That said, Refresh, I will admit it's a bit of a cook. For those who don't know what Refresh does, it cures you of burn, poison, or paralysis, which is pretty solid. Something tries to fish for a burn or maybe glares you, you can cure that. Or even landing on Toxic Spikes, you can cure that with Refresh, which is pretty good. But no, Flip Turn is a massive, massive loss back as far as this generation. Kingdra more or less holds up. Sharpedo, as I said, definitely would not use. And Volcanion, to be honest, I probably like Walking Wake more than Volcanion and almost any water team in this generation. Ghost is certainly interesting. I think Ghost has evolved so much since back in the day of Ghost now, when this was kind of a hard Trick Room team. I would probably use Runerigus over Cofagrigus on this team, but Z Memento is pretty cool. It acts as kind of like a pseudo Healing Wish, so it of course lowers my opponent's stats by 2 stages thanks to Memento, but then does fully heal the Pokemon coming in. Not as good as Healing Wish because it doesn't store, so if you swap into a full HP Pokemon, it is basically wasted, unfortunately. Things like Choice Scarf, Blacephalon, Mimikyu are still used today. Marowak definitely does not have as big a niche today as it used to, and I don't know if I'd use Leech Life over Drain Punch and Mimikyu. I don't even know if I got Drain Punch back in Generation 7, because other than that, I can't imagine why I'd use Leech Life, especially when things like Ferrothorn were quite scary. Delmise as well, there's probably just better physical ghosts now than Delmise, but when this thing hits, it hits pretty hard with a Choice Band, which is pretty nice. Poison looks very strange. Like, we have a Guavberry Recycle Muck. I think with the power of today's generations, I just don't think Muck is going to live that long where it can kind of stall long enough to get Recycle or Guavberries up. Corrosion Salazzle, probably not as good as something you'd see now, like maybe that Rock Poison Pokemon. Glamora, I've gotten to the age now I've started forgetting Pokemon names, which is it's upsetting, but here we are. I'd probably opt to use Glamora over Salazzle most days. Now you can use Toxic Debris, it also gets Corrosion, which is arguably pretty good for it too, because it kind of has that will it, won't it be toxic with Corrosion or Toxic Debris. Venusaur and Nidoking kind of hold up in today's meta. Scolipede is a choice. Buginium Z, Megahorn, Scolipede, kind of reminiscent of the Speed Boost Sharpedo. I think back in a less power crept generation, those are pretty good. And bear in mind, there's no Z moves here either, which is pretty rough. Psychic is pretty interesting. We have Latios. I'd probably use Mega Latios in today's meta, but I believe it might have been banned back in Generation 7. I did use Gallade, doesn't even have Sharpness, but Justified is pretty good too, and Gallade is pretty nice. Alakazam, pretty standard, Focus Sash counter, it's solid. Victini, Choice Scarf, Bruxish, here we have it on the Psychic team, probably would have used it on Water too. But I'm not changing these teams at all. They are remaining exactly the same as they were 2 generations ago, just to see exactly how they hold up in today's meta. I don't really know what I was doing with this Assault Vest Gardevoir. I think the idea was to like trace things like Swift Swim, but it's not even fast enough. You need a Choice Scarf for that, so it's kind of a weird, like, bulky Gardevoir. I guess it can absorb things like, you know, Volt Absorb on things like Zero Aura if you face those, which is pretty nice. But yeah, that's going to be today's teams. Plural. I'm going to find some games and kind of swap around the teams as the types as we see fit and see how it goes. I decided to load up Water first because in my opinion it's probably the type that's aged the best. But looking at their team right away, Cleaver is actually such a huge threat. I just don't really have anything that can tank it crazy well. I guess Swampert's not a bad opening. Problem is if they go into something like Araquanid, it's pretty rough for me. Same with Sharpedo. I don't want to open Sharpedo and Aqua Jet because they go into Araquanid and wall it pretty nicely. Pelipper's actually not a bad start. They open up Galvantula. I don't think they think that I'm Choice Scarf, so what I'm going to do is U-turn and break their Sash and go hard into Swampert. If they read that and go Energy Ball, fantastic play. Actually, I'm kind of thinking Kingdra. They might Sticky Web. I think Kingdra's the safe middle ground because we can start Scalding right now. Yeah. They read the Swampert play. Kind of want a Draco. I'll Surf. Honestly, I don't think Draco even 2-hit KOs Araquanid. That thing is bulky. We'll go Pert here. I can kind of start getting some power punches. Kind of threaten this thing. If it does fish for a Scald Burn, I do have Refresh. It's Leech Life and it's actually really powerful. I'm gonna pop once. Ah, Liquidation hurts so bad. I think this thing just walls me, right? I have Hurricane Pelipper. Guess I'm going to... No, Bandage Sharpedo is actually a bad play because they're going to Leech Life this all back. I Banded Crunch, it doesn't kill. Mega Sharpedo is just so much better. Or even Choice Band Bruxish because it gets Strong Jaw. I know it doesn't get that level of speed. Okay, they go Volk. They give us that, which is pretty good because we do get our speed boost now. And I'm not as scared of Buzzwole. I'm kinda scared of this. Volcanion is likely faster, so I'll just Crunch here again. They could U-turn, they could Swords Dance. I'm not so sure Bullet Punch kills. Honestly, Sharpedo's put in more work than it probably has in generations. I was dissing the Shark, but it's not doing too bad here. If they're Forbidden Buzzwole, it's pretty scary. I go Pelipper. I know I kind of want to keep my Pelipper healthy. But looking at their team, nothing like loves a Hurricane swapping. And this goes down, that's great. Are you Choice Scarf? I think even if you are, it's fine. A Hurricane. Great damage. Now, unfortunately, rocks are here to stay. But we can go Kingdra. And just click Surf. Right? I feel like Volcanion might actually win the game. Do I keep this alive? I do for Galvantula, right? So I go Volcanion here. Because Honestly, if Volcanion goes down... Nice. Between Kingdra and Sharpedo, the endgame, it's doable. I think I live. I don't live. I do not live. And I don't think Jet kills. It's the Aquanin that's really scary for me. So I think I sack Politoed. I'll pump here. If they miss Thunder, well, they can't, obviously, because of the rain. I have to go Kingdra. Try and bait in the Araquanid. And I think I just have to hope Crunch kills. I think after the Resurf it does, right? We live, which is... That's great. I'm faster than this. I Crunch. I get a speed boost, and if this isn't Choice Scarf Galvantula, it could be. They have Choice Scarf on Buzzwole, so I'd be surprised. Nice. GG. I'm... Massive apologies to Sharpedo fans out there. That thing carried this game pretty hard. Alright, here we have a game against Mono Poison. Pretty standard Mono Poison, something you kind of would have seen a few generations back. They do have Galarian Slowbro, or Slowking, sorry, and Sneasler, which can be pretty tough. I actually kind of like Sharpedo in this game. I really like Swampert. Swampert's amazing. And like Hyper Offense Kingdra is pretty good too. I'm not sure what to open. I feel like they open Sneasler. And against Sneasler, I guess I open Swampert. Nihilego. I'm not going to mess around and find out this is like the only grass, not Nihilego on the ladder. And I lose my best threat against their team. So I'm going to go hard into Politoed here. Ooh, it's Toxic Spikes. That's annoying. I'll try Pump. Sash. Interesting. I guess I go Pert. Like, I really like Pert here, and I don't want to take free damage necessarily. But I guess I can power up Punch here. It gets the kill, and I have to defog in like one more turn after the rain ends. And to be honest, nothing on their team takes a +1 waterfall in the rain. Crobat you're gone. Unless you're Sash, you're gone. That's great, that's their only Earthquake swap in, so I can pretty much sack whatever I want now. As long as I can defog and keep Pert healthy. I guess I don't love Sharpedo this game. I could sack it. ACC. I'm 4 points faster. Which is important if they're Scarf. I live because it's close combat, and I'm going to defog away all their hard work here. Love to see that. Now, Dire Claw is annoying. I'm willing to sack this, I think. Slowking comes in. They're trying to stall out the rain. I'll defog one more time just in case. Ah, nice play. That's a great play. What I'm going to do here is go into Politoed, activate my eject button. Close combat does a ton, actually. I'm not going to lie, I'm very afraid of this thing being Focus Sash. I go into Kingdra, and I think they go into Slowking. That said, Rain Spec Surf is still going to do a decent chunk. Okay. They're not Focus Sash, which means I think Swampert wins the game. I guess this thing's kind of a threat. But still, like, Specs, Surf in the rain, that's going to hit hard. Even if you're Vest, it hits hard. They knock my Specs, which is kind of annoying. They pursued me. I just DQ. I could refresh, and it's cool to refresh, but I'm not going to risk, refreshing, then suddenly they knock me off and their poison point activates again anyway. Like, the only way they could possibly win if this is, like, a weird substitute Nidoking. It's fine. I go into Swampert. I click EQ. I guess if there's Sash as well. Nice. GG. You know what? This water team has actually held up pretty decently. I kind of thought it would. I mean, hyper offense rain is just good in monotypes. It doesn't overly surprise me. That's a little bit different type. Alright, we have another bug type, which I'm not surprised. Bug is probably one of, if not the best type in the game. Maybe not the best, but it's certainly top 5, and it's very popular on the ladder. Now, the team looks fine, and honestly, this team was like designed to do super well against Bug a few generations ago. That was pre-Cleaver, and Cleaver is so scary. So if you look at Cofagrigious, I have like Magic Coat, and that was there to like bounce back things like Spikes or Stealth Rocks from Fortress, and then deny them being able to put them back up or remove them through Rapid Spin Denial. Unfortunately, it's not the case anymore because they do have Stone Axe, and knockoff on Cleaver is just going to kind of hurt my team really, really hard. I think that's how I still have to open Cofagrigious. As expected, they open Cleaver. Stone Axe comes out. Unsurprising, I remove Sharpness, which is nice. These suck because my only form of removal is Delmise, which isn't amazing. I'm going to go into it. And I can kind of start clicking buttons here. I feel like this might be banded. I kind of want to knock off. I feel like knockoff kills most things. Nice. They could very much go into Pinsir. If they do, I go into Cofagrigious. I remove its Area Light. Caesar. Okay. I think I want to keep this healthy. Go into Cofagrigious. The SD. I'm going to try Z Memento here. I might live a Swords Dance. Or sorry, Bullet Punch. I think I do. If I do, ideal. If I don't, it actually might be game. You have to rocks damage, but Cephalon takes a lot of damage. Also, Araquanid's always a free swap for them. Ah. Okay. This seems crazy. I go into Blacephalon here, and I double into Delmise to try and spin these away. Is that crazy? Yeah, because Araquanid comes in here 100% of the time, right? Because I remove their Technician. So, +2 Bullet Punch does not KO me. And I don't think they risk their Caesar. If Z Memento worked like Healing Wish does, I think it would be so much better. No, there's no way you stayed in. That's crazy. I think that's really bad for me. I really thought Araquanid would come out there. Especially after removing Technician. I kind of thought this turn they might knock off. Which, I mean, would have been fine, because I think I live knockoff because I don't have an item. I have a Z Crystal. Oh, it's Sash. Crazy. Go into Mimi and Shadow Sneak. If there's a world where Koopa can get off its Trick Room, I feel I have a chance of winning. However, I don't think we live in such a world. Trick Room Mimi is so good too because it kind of guarantees you a Trick Room thanks to Disguise. Honestly, Focus Ash is crazy. That's cool tech. I really didn't prepare for that. I knew it wouldn't be Mega because they have Mega Pinsir. There's no reason you'd run regular Pinsir. over Mega Pinsir. But I was not expecting the Sash. And unfortunately, I can't get rocks up because I can't bounce back Stone Axe, which hurts a lot. Volcarona comes in here. Honestly, I think I SG. Because they Fiery Dance. It's pretty bad for me, but I can still... Play Rough is like slightly stronger. And probably misses too. The question is, does Marowak Oko Araquanid? The answer is I doubt it. I think I even had Thunder Punch on that thing. And that was for things like Gyarados back in the day. I don't think it KOs Araquanid though. It's pretty good. Pretty good damage. Koopa comes in, we Trick Room. We do live one, right? 359 special defense is crazy. Problem is Pinsir is a big threat. I don't think I... No, I don't have enough Trick Room turns, right? Ah. Unfortunate. We definitely live one. Pretty sure Shaka KO's here. But we only have 3 turns. I guess? No, even on Buzzwole, if I swap into Marowak, it doesn't do anything. Because they just Liquidation here, right? Sticky Web, huh? You're just... Have I swapped into Marowak, I think I won. But there was no world where I expected a Sticky Web to come out against a Trick Room team. One of the 2 threats sitting right in your face. GG. Cleaver made such a massive difference this game. Definitely made it very hard to win, so let's open the one. We're running it back against Bug. Same Bug team I fought earlier. Now, unfortunately, same story. Cleaver is still a big issue. They don't have Choice Scarf Caesar, which does... Oh, sorry, Focus Sash Caesar, which does make my Bucephalon that bitch better. Do I go Open Delmise? I think I do, right? Volcarona. I'll go Hoopa. I have to on Fiery Dance here. Or Fire Blast. We get Trick Room up. Honestly, Marowak is still very strong in this game. Cleaver comes out. They are going to Okomi with knockoff. Oh, that's so close. I go into Marowak. Every fiber of my being wants to click Stealth Rock. It's not the play. But I want to click it so bad. I think I Shadow Bone. It's like a safe middle ground. Whoa, that is strong. Now I definitely Shadow Bone. KO this. And something goes to... This doesn't go, right? I Stealth Rock. Actually, yeah, I Stealth Rock, right? They Sticky Web, that's fine. I don't mind this taking damage because I don't think they can KO me. Even if they go into like Buzzwole, it's like Darkest Lariat Buzzwole or something. It's like Choice Scarf Earthquake or Choice Scarf Darkest Lariat. I don't think that KOs me. Ah, the crit does KO. Which sucks. But actually they lost their answer to Blacephalon, so I Rapid Spin here. Ah, the crit really sucks. I really don't think that KO'd. And I could finally show off my Z Memento. Which would have been very cool. That burn might matter. I Rapid Spin anyway because they Fire Blast. They have to. Then I Flamethrower, right? Because this goes... Avantula takes Rock's Chip. I outspeed Buzzwole. And I KO Caesar. There's no way you KO me. Yeah, 45 is pretty good for a resist, but there's no way. GG. Honestly, I don't feel bad with the crit rapid spin. Missing by 2% on Cleaver is unfortunate. And, yeah. GG all the same. Okay, we're playing some Mono Poison, and of course we got Mono Steel. Things like Goldengo, Iron Tread, Screwdriver are all new, and like Goldengo is just such a massive, massive threat, as is Iron Treads. So this team is going to be a nightmare to deal with. Nihilego is pretty much useless. Honestly, Scolipede isn't great. Nidoking's pretty good, and Salazzle is going to have to work overtime. I actually do see some hope for Muck in this game, but I have no hazard removal. So I guess I open up Salazzle. They open Heatran. They're Earth Power, right? I'm going to sub in case they Stealth Rock on a swap. They Earth Power. Okay. It's so bad for me. Because I have like no Earth Power swap-ins. I go Venusaur. Whew. Whew, that was close. That would have definitely OHKO'd. Problem is, Skarmory here just kind of gets up everything it wants to. Like, hazards are so bad against Salazzle for me. It might be... yeah, Goldengo comes in, right? Because it's good as gold. I can't even Toxic it. Now, Flamethrower might KO. Not even remotely close. Well, actually, if I subbed that turn, that would have been crazy good. Oh my god. This is bad for me. I can't even reliably go Nidoking. Because they just have so many answers to me. Hex did so much. I'll T-Bolt. Because I feel like Heatran might come in. It does. That's nice. I did 0. Do I Earth Power? I think I do because I still outspeed Skarmory. If I subbed on the Goldengo, that would have been a game changer. This thing, I feel like it just wins. I could sack Nihilego. It is completely useless in this game. Like, beyond useless. Knock. You choice Knock. It's not choiced. Even if I set up on Scolipede, they just go into Skarmory, right? And it's like faster than everything on my team. I think they go gold here. So what I do is I double into Muck. Okay, at least we got the Volt Switch out. Is this Helmet? It's definitely like Whirlwind as well. Salazzle, I suppose. This team is rough. This is rough. Like, that's so much hazards, and I have no way of spinning this off. There's a world where Scolipede goes crazy in the end game, but I'm not relying on it. I'll sub here. I thought they might like SD or something. Do they have King Shield? I Flamethrower again. Hex. I don't think Hex KOs. I'm max HP. Hex very much KOs. And Scolipede takes so much damage when it comes in. I could spam Earthquake. King dies to these. Muck is kind of useless. I think I just spam Earthquake here and like hope to do some damage. I don't know why I chose Z Bug. I feel like Z Ground is just better, but the whole point of this video is I am not changing any sets I use. Aegis Slash comes in. I'm going to SD just in case it is like King Shield, but if it was, I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. Nope, that's me gone. I eat the Aguav. I'm going to curse once. And what I'm going to do is try and recycle my Aguav here. Because maybe this thing actually does pretty well against Iron Treads. Maybe. Gudra comes in. If it's Dragon Tail, it's really bad for me. Fire Blast, that's okay. 48's pretty good. 2 misses is rough, I'm not gonna lie. That is rough for my opponent. Don't burn, don't burn, don't burn. It's fair. It's completely fair. I'm not saying, you know, oh, I got hacks there, because 2 misses on Fire Blast is crazy bad for them. Yeah, Iron Tread comes in. I do eat my Aguav here. I'm curious how much they do. I mean, nothing if they knock. I'll curse one more time. Okay, so if they knock, I don't think I can actually recycle it back. I think that's their play here. I'm curious to try it, because I think I'd just survive this anyway. Yeah, okay. It does fail if you get knocked. I can afford to curse one more time here. And then click Shadow Sneak. I Shadow Sneak here. Because I don't think I survived another hit. With the -1, I definitely didn't. Nidoking is as good as dead. I'll Synth once. Fire Blast is pretty strong. I feel between Leech Seed and Synth Spam though. Oh, it's Sap Sipper? Okay, I think I lose. I think I straight up lose here. Giga Drain's gonna do like 3 damage. Oh, sorry, Giga Drain does 0 damage because it's Sap Sipper. My bad, and it's completely immune to Sludge Wave, Sludge Bomb. Yeah, I just lose. Played. What? Old team. It's unfortunate because Nidoking does die to these, I believe. I don't even know if this thing got Earth Power back in the day. You know what? I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy how I did there. All things considered. Definitely made some misplays and some unfortunate luck, but overall pretty happy. Oh, we're back already with the same bug team, which seems to be one of the only players on the ladder at the moment. But I'm curious to see how it's going to go with the mono poison team. So Cleaver, actually Nihilego is like so good this game. I just wish I had some form of hazards. Or hazard control. It's something I particularly miss right now. I'm going to curse up in your face. Excuse me? That was so strong. Excuse me? And Shadow Sneak did 0. Wow, okay. That does not bode well for me, to be honest. I know Sharpness is like crazy good. I have no form of hazard control. Honestly, Caesar is a massive, massive threat. I go into this and click Power Gem because at least it forces a KO on something. Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll take your Sash, you don't get webs up. It forces that KO. Caesar comes out. I think I have to keep this alive. And I feel like Nidoking is mostly useless in this game. I feel like Araquanid comes out when I take out Salazzle. I'm going to try and Toxic. This is great. This is not great. If I sub that turn, that would have been excellent. Psycho Cut. Interesting. Has so much PP as well. So I can't even like sub-spam it. I guess I sack Venusaur. Go into Scolipede. Savage Spin out should KO. And I do get my +1, which is nice, but then Caesar comes out, and that's such a big issue. I guess any damage on Caesar is not bad. Until it starts to SD in my face over and over again. Taking Salazzle again. I just click Flame this time. I'm gonna sub in your face. Problem is, once they go into Buzzwole, I lose. So I have to time it so that I'm somehow like subbing in the face of Buzzwole. That's even possible. No, because what happens here is I protect. They go into Scarf Buzzwole. They click Earthquake. GG. What I'm learning from this live is I think Cleaver is like the most single power crap Pokemon this generation. That thing is so crazy. Oh, didn't even kill. Well played. I kind of want to load another with my poison. This team is definitely aged pretty badly, but I'll run more back. Rather unsurprisingly, we have another bug team. I don't say I'm too surprised to see a lot of bug, but definitely is one of the reasons I've kind of stopped playing a lot of monotypes is I feel like the meta is kind of settled now where you see a lot of the same types. I'm seeing a lot of like bugs and dragons and stuff, and it just got that bit boring. Looking at their team, it's pretty threatening. I really hate not having hazard control. It really sucks for me, so I'm going to go ahead and open up with Salazzle as they open up at Fortress. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to straight up Toxic in case they go into Araquanid. As expected, they Stealth Rock. I should have protected. I kind of figured a Boom might come out. I'm going to protect here myself. On their Earth Power. Or Drill Run, sorry. It's pretty bad for me, actually. I go and Muck, sack this. It's kind of bad. Oh. I don't think this is be Forbidden Buzzwole. It could be Scarf. It is indeed Scarf, I believe. But honestly, knocking it off is very good for me. Any form of damage on this thing is important. So I go Salazzle here. I click Flame. Galvantula comes in. I kind of want to Flame again. Just straight up Flame. Because breaking this thing's Sash is really good for me. Now, I'm a little bit worried about Volcarona. Beedrill's annoying. I won't lie. Beedrill is annoying. Nidoking sucks this game. So we sack it. That's not good. That is very bad. The Fellstringer is very bad. I lose. I guess they could miss. They could miss Drill Run. They should just click Poison Jab because it KOs here. They could miss. They could still miss. They could still miss, right? They don't miss. They could still miss, right? They could still miss. They don't miss. GG. Ah, the fact that Nidoking tanked was really bad for me. I think it's fair this team sucks. Fair to say this team sucks. Let's load up some Psychic. We'll be right back. Alright, we have a game with Mono Psychic this time. This is a pretty weird Psychic team, and we're against Mono Fighting. And looking at their team, pretty much the only thing that... Actually, nothing on this team is the way it used to be 2 generations ago, because Komodo now has Komodo EMZ as well as Clangorous Soul Blaze, or Clangorous Soul, whatever it's called, so he can Omni Boost twice. And Gallade now has Sharpness, which is like crazy good, so... everything else is obviously a new mon from Generation 9, so this team is going to be really, really, really scary. Definitely have the advantage, but that doesn't mean it's going to be an easy team to win against. They actually kind of outspeed me completely with Sneasler, which I don't love. What I'm going to do here is open up Alakazam, as I expect them to go Sneasler, and we're going to try and counter here. If they are Fake Out, well played. That does break my Sash, which is very annoying for me. If they U-turn, that's fine. Something takes the brunt of the U-turn. Honestly, I think Iron Hands actually lives this. Throat Chop, excellent. Goodbye. That's one of the bigger threats taken care of, so I'm pretty happy with that. Rockfish isn't even dazzling. It's Strong Jaw. You Shadow Sneak here, right? I'm like certain you Shadow Sneak. Yeah, you do. You not Mega? I guess I'll go Victini and V-Create. Also, Blue Flare and V-Create is crazy. What was I thinking back then? Tusk is kind of annoying. I don't think they Ice Spinner here. So Psychic is kind of free. That's Vest, right? That's gotta be Vest. That did 0 damage. Do I value this thing at all? Do I value Rocks? I mean, Rocks aren't that bad for me. I'll Draco. Night Slash. I survive, which is surprising. Gallade here. Honestly, I think they win. I think they just straight up win here. Because Great Tusk is actually pretty annoying for my team. Valiant comes in. What am I doing running Earthquake? Somebody please tell me. Guardy does live. And Moonblast is really strong in their team. Interesting you don't trace Quark Drive. Wonder why not. I don't think he knows that I'm slower than, like, every mon on his team. Victini's pretty bad, actually. Bruxious outspeeds both of these. Actually, this might be a Bruxious sweep. Surprisingly weak. I'm pretty sure Psychic Fangs kills, right? 127. Stab. Banded. Super effective. Yeah, that blows up most things in the game. Pretty sure it even blows up Great Tusk. Come on, take it in. Show me how great you are, Great Tusk. Also, complete non sequitur, but I bought a little, like, plastic Great Tusk toy when I was on holidays a few months ago in Asia. I found it in a Don Quixote. No way Great Tusk lives. The mighty Great Tusk, a reliable hazard remover and a reliable tank. So let's die in breath. Either way, this dies. GG. I'm pretty sure I pretty much only got lucky there. That was a winning matchup. Otherwise, this team Does not look like it's going to hold up very well. For the sake of my sanity, I'm going to say right now we're facing a mono flying because I'm so sick of saying we're facing mono bug. Either way, this team is a choice. I'm not going to sleep on it because honestly, it might just win. Things like Ninjask are pretty scary, and so is Yanmega. I'm not even sure if I can beat this team. I think if I get Speed Boost Guardy, the Yanmega, it's pretty good for me. I will say, hats off to Rat Doggy, whatever your name is. Because you're using Ledian, that's rough. You're going through it if you're using Ledian, so best of luck to my opponent. I guess I open up to Bruxish. It's pretty good. You gotta be like... You have to be Focus Sash to live this. Well, Ledian does exactly what Ledian does, and that is absolutely nothing. I've used Ledian in a few playthroughs of like the old Pokemon games and the Pokemon Heart Gold and Pokemon Gold and stuff, and even for like an in-game play, that thing is tough to use. I Psychic Fangs here again. USD, that's fine. Pretty strong. Actually, do you know what? No, it's not pretty strong. That's not as strong as I hoped it would be. This is 127.5 choice band. Stab. I only did 67. I understand it's not super effective, and this probably has EVO light, but even still, it's that bit disappointing. Gallade is completely useless in this game. Let's go ahead and sack you. I feel like Zam kills. I feel like Latios kills, right? Like 108. Nice. They go Ninjask. That thing's scary. Wow, that hurt. Is that banded? They might be trying to get webs here, so I'm going to KO this. Honestly, I feel like Ninjask is going to be the biggest threat to the team. If they go Yanmega, it's pretty good for me. Okay, Pavilion comes in. I feel like there's that Sleep Powder annoying set, so I'm going to do is U-turn and break their sash. Go into Bruxish. Yeah, they are. And go back into Victini here. Sub. I'll Ball Strike. I still outspeed you. Actually outspeed you too. That's crazy. Okay, that's GG. Between like Bandage, Jet, I mean, I don't think Misclick really mattered. I'm not gonna lie. This game. I'm gonna load one back up with Psychic. I don't know why. It's a bad team. I feel like we're getting kind of lucky with the Psychic matchups. I mean, we should be losing these because this team is pretty terrible. Like, what is this Gallade? Probably was good in back in like 2017, 2016, whenever it came out, but actually it's pretty good here. Earthquake is not bad. Gardevoir is okay to trace things like Toxapex. They don't have any dark types, so what I'm going to do is lead with Latios. Give me Clodsire. I do actually have Defog, so 2007 Alex finally accounted for some kind of hazards. Toxic Spikes is fine, because I can always go into Zam as a middle ground. I think I like counter Zam for Sneasler. Am I wrong in saying I feel like Soul Dew is nerfed? I feel like it used to be like, was it 1.5 or 1.3 or something? It's 1.2 now. I feel like it used to be 1.3. Maybe even 1.5 back in the day. Sneasler comes in, we'll just click Psychic. Or, I kind of want to say this for Defog. I'll go Victini. I don't particularly need this game. I can just straight up V-Create and take something. So I guess Salazzle lives. But I'm not too worried about Salazzle. Speaking of, it comes out. Like, Zam does pretty well against Salazzle. That's okay. Protects spam. Protects toxic spam, whatever. Zam comes out. Gets a KO. If it's Sash, kind of annoying, but I have, like, Shadow Sneak. I'm pretty sure Psychic 2 KOs this. Oko's regular and 2 KOs Mega. That's fine. I am, in fact, Magic Guard. Trying to, like, Poison Stall or, like, Damage Stall and Magic Guard is rough. Especially against, like, any Psychic team. Trying to, like, stall a Psychic team can be pretty tough. GG. Choice Scarf, it's fine. Okay. You know what? Load up one more. We're going for flying. You know what? This team is really, really bad, and it's going to be awful against Cleaver. But I feel like it just makes sense to have the last person be this bug team again. We're going to lead Aerodactyl against their lead Cleaver, and I'm going to try and Stone Edge KO it. Okay, that could actually be game. They don't get the rocks up here, which is huge for me. I get rocks. Do I taunt first? I think I rocks first, because I don't mind if they SD, because Charizard still lives. I taunt now. Like, Zard lives at +2 BP. Easily. That's okay. They can, in theory, go to Araquanid here. Why am I Fire Blast over Flamethrower? What did I need to KO so badly that I needed Fire Blast back in the day? It's not like a guaranteed win here. I will go into Lando on the Thunder, and we Rock Slide spam. As soon as they go into Buzzwole, we go into Celesteela. On the Ice Punch, I'm going to Toxic. Just because this thing is a genuine threat. Am I faster in Lando? I'm not. This thing's actually a huge threat. I think Fire Blast KOs me. I really do. Yeah, it does. Oof. Do I lose here? No, I don't, right? I go into Steela. I protect once. I have to sack a lot of things here. Can I beat Araquanid Celesteela? Yes, I can. I can also beat Buzzwole. So I think Celesteela alone wins this game. So I sack Zard. It takes a decent amount more damage from Toxic. I go back into Celesteela, and I protect once. Good play. Good play. I do Toxic you. That does nothing. Okay. I mean, a burn would be unfortunate here, but they're slower than Lando. So I actually go into Lando here. Great. Great, 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 great. A U-turn. And the reason I U-turn is to go into Celesteela, because I should wall these two pretty easily. I don't see a world where Buzzwole can possibly KO Celesteela. Especially because I have Intimidate. And the Araquanid will die to rocks, Toxic Spike, sorry, Toxic Damage, and the Rock Slide. In fact, what I could even do here is when Buzzwole comes in, I can go into Intimidate Lando, U-turn out into my Thunderous, and that can KO both of these, OHKO both of these. And I'm pretty sure Lando lives too, and that's the Ice Punch, in which case Celesteela walls it, so... But there's no reason not to pivot, or sorry, to scout. Okay, it is Ice Punch. I guess they're going for like an Ice Punch freeze. No, that's it. GG. It's okay. Go back into this. It's going to do like nothing. I guess I'll go Thunders. I just don't want to risk them exactly this defense drop on my Celesteela. That could be pretty bad. There's no point risking it. And again, there is the possibility here that they get a freeze. It goes pretty bad for me. I kind of want to go Lando and Intimidate. Oh, not great. I know I'm playing like ridiculously cautious here. But to be honest, every single protect turn matters. Okay. GG. Once I landed, my leech cheat is over. Okay. That is it. Those were some pretty interesting teams. I'm not going to lie to you and say they were good. I was kind of surprised how good Water was. Kind of still holds up. Poison was really, really bad. Needs hazard control. So bad. Psychic was kind of cool, but not good. Flying was terrible, but Flying was just kind of bad in older generations, pretty heavy duty boots. And Ghost was cool, and I actually think I could modernize this Ghost to be pretty good. Let's see, if I got rid of Delmise, is there any other like strong physical attacking Ghost types that are slow? Well, it's kind of the best. I used to use Golurk, I think, actually, because I like Iron Fist. Bramble Gas is too fast to be used. Bascule Legion isn't a bad shout. It's a little on the speedy side, but I mean, if you like minimize speed, it's not super slow. It's actually pretty fast still. It's actually really fast. 172 is too fast probably for a Trick Room team. Maybe not. If you have like slower things like this on the team, Bascule Legion can be okay. It gets Aqua Jet, which is great. Wave Crash, which is like so strong. Good ghost moves. Not really. That's banned, I think. And Phantom Force is terrible, especially on Trick Room, because you don't want to be wasting turns. I mean, I could see it having some merit here. Goldengo is pretty solid. Like, Goldengo is just a great ghost type in general. Zoroark is great. Does Zoroark get Trick Room? It does not. That's a shame. Kind of surprised we don't see Trick Room on Goldengo. But I think Rune Regis is better than Coffee Regis, probably. So I think the team could be modernized. Might do that in another video. That could be cool. But if you enjoyed, definitely leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. It really helps me grow the channel. And I do intend on coming back and making some new videos. I've really enjoyed doing this. And I have some ideas for the channel going forward. It's just be kind of slow. I'm hoping to maybe get like a video out a month. Might be like in the future. It's something I'd like to aspire to do. Yeah, if you enjoyed this, let me know. And I'm happy to do some more because there's still like, what, 14 types left to do.